You're listening to Greater Good Radio Hawaii. Today's guest is Kenton Eldridge, co-founder and partner of Sennet Capital. Let's go back a little bit, because before you were involved in duty free, you were involved in the U.S. Army.
Yes.
So could you share with us about your experience in the Army?
Yes, I was facing the possibility of being drafted in 1965, the height of the Vietnam War. I decided that I was going to join the reserves and continue with my graduate school, and I took a series of tests, and I received a telephone call saying that you scored a perfect score on the language aptitudes test. And I said, I think you've got the wrong person. I said, I don't think that I could possibly score a perfect score, unless it was a mistake. I retook it, and I again scored a high score, and the Army offered me an opportunity to go to intelligence school and the Army Language School and Officers Candidate School. So I spent nearly 4.5 years in the Army, a wonderful experience, and I'm glad I had the opportunity to do it.
What was the most important lesson that you learned when you were involved in the Army?
Well, I think first of all, I attended the training was superb. I had an opportunity to attend some outstanding schools, whether it be intelligence school in Baltimore, Maryland, Officers Candidate School at Fort Benning, or the language school, the Defense Language Institute in Monterey, California. I think the three are to me, the finest educational experiences I've ever had. But I think the Army, it gave me an opportunity to, first of all, live in various places such as Europe, and I was also spent nearly a year in Vietnam. But it gave me an opportunity to manage a lot of people. It gave me an opportunity to improve or develop my leadership skills, taught me how to work with people. It was a multicultural experience because I had an opportunity to work as an intelligence officer in Europe and again in Vietnam. And I think that the advantages that people had in those days, of course there was a draft, and I'm not a proponent of starting the draft again. However, I think that the military is just it was a wonderful experience for me, and I think it's a wonderful experience for anybody who has an opportunity to be in the Army, Marines, Navy, Air Force, etc.
Would you agree that being in the Army, it helped shape who you are today, and it possibly even helped you be more successful in your career path because you learned these leadership skills and you learned more about yourself through the path?
Yeah, I think that's absolutely true. I also met my wife there, so I think that was she was doing graduate work in Monterey, and I was at the Defense Language Institute, and we met there, and we've been married 39 years, and so I think it helps not only your business career, but your personal career as well.
Was your wife in the Army also?
No, she was not in the Army. She was a school teacher.
Was she teaching the classes you were taking?
No, she was not. She was doing graduate work at a school very close to the Defense Language Institute.
What's been the most unique experience you've had in all the places that you've worked and all the countries you've lived in?
Oh, that's a difficult question. I think probably my experience in Vietnam. I was a long-range platoon leader. I had an opportunity to spend a great deal of time on 3 and 4 days excursions into various parts of the Central Highlands. I was stationed with the 4th Infantry Division in Pleiku, and I think that was probably one of the most unique and challenging experiences that I've ever had. I had an opportunity. There were 4 of us that we had 2 Americans, we had a Vietnamese officer, and a Montagnard assistant who would work with us and traveled with me for almost 7 months. And I think that was one of the most unique experiences because I had an opportunity to spend a great deal of time in villages. I had an opportunity to meet people firsthand, and I did a lot of running at the time, and I'm still running. I think that it enhanced my running career because I had, as I said, an opportunity to spend a great deal of time in the jungles of Vietnam.
So how did that change your life to who you are today?
I think it taught me a lot of lessons, a great lesson in perseverance. being able to survive and being supportive. The four of us had to, in order to survive, sometimes we had to be very supportive of one another. And I think that's a lesson that I can bring back and have learned well today, to take care of others and they'll take care of you.
Thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned for more on Greater Good Radio.